is empowered by the Dynamic Visionaries team, a team of entrepreneurs that are coming from different backgrounds. We are all joined together by a need to grow, a need to be free. What freedom, Dinah? Not political freedom, no. Financial freedom, time freedom, and healthy freedom. So again, welcome to Mind School. This is an introductory course, yet very, very important. I'm your trainer, Dinah Miyato, this morning. The time is 8:14 and we get started. All right, so this course is an introduction course to one of the levels of training that require one to learn, practice, and teach before they reach the expert or master's level or master's class for leaders who are leading other leaders. If you want to earn $1 million going up, this is a good foundation to start from. Now, do you know why I'm saying $1 million? Well, because the Dynamic Visionaries team pushes for their agenda to become financially free and to also help other people to become financially free. Now, this is going to be focused mainly on mindset. Okay, so what you think, how you look at the world, at ideas you have, your beliefs that are able to help you grow, and those that are keeping you stuck. Now, why is this training important? It answers one of the most important troubling questions in life and in network marketing. Why am I not getting the results I want despite putting in the effort? Why are others achieving their goals but I remain stagnant? Is there a special kind of grace or ability or that has been placed on other people to succeed while the rest of us are falling by the wayside? Well, you may be asking yourself such a question sometimes, not just in network marketing. You went to the same school, 5 years later, others have jobs you do not have. Others' businesses are thriving, yours failed. What really happened? So this course also allows you to shine the light not on other people, not on the world, not on the economy, not on your mother or your father, your upline, crossline. It shines the light on you. Okay, before you start blaming the lack of results on external factors such as your upline, the company, the products, the family, the economy, and all of that, I would like you to shine a light in your own mind. I'll give you an example of Dr. Wayne Dyer, one of my mentors. He says that there was a man who lost a key. And when he lost that key, he went outside his house and shouted at his neighbors and friends, "Hey, kindly help me find my key." So they said, "No problem. Where is it?" "I think somewhere on this road." So they started looking for the key on the street. And as they were searching for that key left, right, and center, they finally got frustrated. They say, "Okay, so where did you lose the key exactly?" He says, "Well, I was in the house when it got lost." "But why are we searching in the street?" "Well, because the house is dark." And so this man had to be told, you know what, if the house is dark, all you need is some light in that house. Go back in, switch on the light. If you do not have power in your home, maybe get a phone or something, a torch. And so he went back into his home, he switched on the light, and he found the key. Now, that example shows that most of us in here, we don't really need outside influences to become successful. We just need some light to shine inside us to realize, this is where I was stuck. The key was right inside me all along. So this training is important because it shines the light on you, not on other people, into your house, your internal house, into your mind, not on other people. Why do some people get the results despite why do other people get the result, others do not get the result despite setting goals, working very hard? Mostly because of paradigms. Paradigms are these huge belief systems that don't only shape your life but shapes other people's lives. They are the root cause. The root, when you look at a tree, it has roots, it has a trunk, it has the leaves, it has the branches, it has all of that. By the time you see the fruit, don't try to fix the fruit, fix the root. So the root, most of the root of our problems right now is in our paradigms. Okay, so even if others are intelligent, others are whatever, we can all be intelligent, same level of intelligence in a certain field, but we still get different results. Why is that? Because there's something here running the show, and that is called the paradigm. Now, there are also 4 horsemen I would like to invite you to be very aware of. One of them is a horseman of poverty. The other one is a horseman of superstition. The other one is a horseman of illiteracy. The big one is a horseman of fear. This guy is in almost in every house on this planet. By the way, when I say house, I mean your mind. You are scared. What if I make this happen? What if I don't make it? What if they see me? What if? That's fear. Illiteracy is not you not knowing how to do A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm talking about selective illiteracy. Not being literate about money, about how you can earn it, how you can keep it, how you can multiply it, how you can use it. So you get scared of anything you don't know. And that takes us to superstition. You see a black cat on the way to the presentation. Am I even going to arrive? What's the matter with you? Superstition, everything. Look at the people being killed just because of superstition. People are being stoned because of superstition. Poverty, not the lack of food, no. I'm talking about the root cause of the lack of food, the root cause of the lack of property. The root cause of that is a mental attitude, passing over opportunities repeatedly. If poverty is in you right now, I'd like to ask it to just leave you a little bit, sit next to you, and let your mind be open as we get training this beautiful morning. And I'd like to quote a scripture. Ephesians 6 verse 12 says that, "For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in higher places." Now let me tell you, the higher places are not up there above in the sky. The higher places are in you right now, in your mind, that part we can't touch. That part that even our Creator Himself gave you the will to decide what you allow in and what you allow out. So if anyone wants to run your life, they don't need to run your hands or your legs. They just need to run your mind. And so what principles raised you up? What principles raised us up? Those are the ones that when you get exposed to a business where you can become a multi-millionaire, the resistance is not your family. The resistance is not lack of money. The resistance are the principalities, the ideas, the beliefs that have been running your life on autopilot for such a long time. And so you are definitely going to face resistance. So you're not finding capital? Oh, that's not ordinary. That is because that's resistance. That war is not against a 6,600. That war is not against finding 2 or 4 people. That war is a mental war. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not stuck. You are not stuck. You are just loyal to an old story about yourself. When you change what you believe in who you are, the life around you begins to match, begins to look like what you are inside you. So no, you are not stuck. You're just listening to an old story. And the moment you change that story and you start telling your mind a whole new story, life begins to change. Now, Dinah, where do we start from? Here's what I recommend you start from. Know where you are. First of all, know where you are. Where are you right now? And then where are you going? And when you know where you are going, you keep going in that direction. If I want to go to Livingstone, I have to know where is the road going to Livingstone. If I want to go to Kalabo, I want to know which road is going to Kalabo. If I want to go to Kitwe, I have to know which road leads me to Kitwe. So, for me to change my life, I need to know where I am and where I'm going, and then it is easier to find a way to steer me in the right direction. Find transport, find a vehicle, find a group, a team, a company that can help me get there. So if you're here and you have no goals, I'm so sorry. This training will not make sense to you. But you're here, you have goals, you have dreams, and you have places to go to, things to achieve, people to help. You are in the right place at the right time. Now, first of all, let's talk about what is your mind before we talk about changing it. The mind, other people describe it as mental activity done by your brain and your heart. Now, initially, people just thought it's the head, but guess what? Even your rest of the body has these nerves, these cells that carry memory, that have this activity that we talk about as the mind. It's an emergent or non-physical phenomena such as thoughts, feelings, awareness, etc., that the brain produces. Now, Dinah describes the mind as a library of information from every experience, every sensation, sounds, images, touch, feelings, text, etc. that you've been hearing since inside your mother's womb. That mind, that library is what your mind is. From birth to now, you have been an author. The thing is, before you knew you were authoring, other people were helping you to author that. Now, your mind has different functions of awareness. We're going to learn, for example, that we have the conscious and the subconscious mind. We're going to learn that my body is nothing but a tool. It's a tool. It responds to what the commands that my mind gives. So this is called the stick man, that has been used to illustrate how the mind looks like by Bob Proctor. That you have the conscious mind up there, you have the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is being fed by what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you touch, what you taste. All of these things are getting into that library. They're just getting in. And down there in the deeper parts of the mind, on the dark side that you cannot see with your eyes, you cannot feel with your feelings, there is another side that files everything, that subconscious mind. The one that makes what you see to become a habit, what you hear to become a habit. And your body, oh my dear, we are just vibration in response to that part of our mind that we have already. Now, what are these three levels that are making you and me? So I have my spiritual level, you have your spiritual level too. Then I have my intellectual level, the one that is in this meeting this morning, the one that learns right and wrong, the one that is able to interact with other people. But now what you see is a physical dinner. Are we together? What you meet is a physical dinner. But even without you meeting dinner, you can connect with dinner at a spiritual level. You can connect with dinner at an intellectual level. So we all have that. So sometimes when you look at how short you are, how tall you are, how dark you are, how light you are, how poor, you are just limiting yourself to your physical mind, your physical body, but you are not just your physical body. Are we together? Now, that is an image of the mind, the subconscious and the conscious mind. That is an illustration of how your mind looks like. Which part is bigger? If you notice, it's a conscious mind that looks so tiny, the little flake of ice floating in the sea, in the vastness that we are living. What is down there? Oh my God. It's called the subconscious mind. That part of your life that we can't see but we can sense. That part of your life that sometimes we pretend it's not there but it's there. That part of your life that talks to you in dreams. That part of your life that influences your feelings. That part of your life that makes you attached to other people and not other people. That part of your life that can reject ideas without you even being fully aware that those ideas have been rejected. Here are the interesting facts of the subconscious mind. It records everything. It's awake day and night. When you are sleeping, the subconscious is awake. Are we together? When you are awake, the subconscious is still awake. It controls 95% of our lives. It is built on habituation. Something you do over and over and over. The subconscious mind does not like you to waste energy. It wants to save energy, so it gets things and they become habits. It speaks to you in dreams. It has no verbal language. It takes everything literally. I like that part of it. It's both dangerous and an opportunity, because if it can take everything literally, if I dream my dreams to become a wealthy person, a leader who produces leaders, guess what? My subconscious mind starts believing that's true. If I believe I'm living in this different place, I'm going to this particular country, my subconscious mind, if I think that over and over, it begins to believe that's true. It takes everything literally. It can do 1 trillion things at once. It has no logical side. It's a feeling mind. This is 1 million times more powerful than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, the one you're with here this beautiful morning, wow, it's aware and alert, uses reason and logic, runs constantly all day while awake. When you sleep, it switches off. It focuses on particular thoughts. Now, I love that again about the conscious mind, because if I can focus on one thought, meaning even when I'm awake, I can focus on one thought, I can let the whole world burn down, and I'm focusing on success. I'm focusing on my leaders. I'm focusing on love. I'm focusing on abundance. I can focus on one thing at a time. Meaning that in as much as it's not as powerful, this part of the conscious mind can allow me to choose. And each one of us on this meeting have that. You've got that part. This conscious mind is controlled by the automatic processes of the unconscious mind. Now, here is also the relationship. So the conscious can focus. However, it is highly influenced by the unconscious mind. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 4 states. I want you to pick where you are right now. State number 1 is you're unconscious and you're incompetent. These are the people who don't know that they don't know, and they don't even know what they need to know. Are we together? These are the people who think people who get successful are just lucky. The people who think people who get successful are born in certain families. People who think people who get successful are just loved by God and then they are being rejected. So they are so unconscious that they are in charge of their poverty and they are in charge of their success. They are so unconscious that they don't know that they need to learn some skills, get on a team that can help them go in a certain direction. So unconscious incompetence, they don't know. And they also don't know that they don't know. They don't have the skills. They don't have the ideas. They're just people floating through from one day to the next. Most of these people think they're victims of the world. The second group of people, these are conscious and incompetent. Meaning, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. As in, I know I don't have money. I know I don't have the success I want. But can you teach me how to do that? So maybe some of you on this morning, now it doesn't mean you're incompetent in everything in life. No. I'm talking about being incompetent in a certain field. For example, in the network marketing field. For example, in the field of you running your own mind. For example, in the field of you building wealth. Are we together? So you could be here very conscious of where you are and you are incompetent. I love this group of people because they are teachable. They can be taught so that the incompetence becomes competence. The third group of people are unconscious competence. These ones are the hardest people to be around. You do the right actions, you get the right result, but you just don't know what really has been working and what has not been working. So it is very hard for you to teach other people and you just say, wow, God did it. It's grace. I have the grace of business. Now, when you tell people that, it makes them feel, maybe God doesn't love me enough. Maybe I don't just have that grace to do that. Other people say, I'm just a lucky person. This happened to me because I'm lucky. These are the people who cannot explain their success step by step. They are successful. You tell them, you are my inspiration, but you're trying to figure them out. You talk to these people and you're asking them what really worked. They say God did. Now, I'm not trying to take the holiness away from God and the shine away from God here. I'm just trying to say, no, most of those people just don't even know what worked. They did a lot of things and they don't know which one of those things worked. They took a lot of medication. They don't know which one of the 12 medications worked to clear their problem. Are we together? Now, I would like to invite you to where I am and where most of our leaders are. It's called the conscious competence. Conscious competence are awake. They are aware of who they are. They are aware of what works. They can teach others. These people can duplicate what, if you learn from them, they can tell you exactly what they did, who they are, how they think, which books they read, the actions they took to get the results they have. And that is why in the network marketing space, we would like to encourage you to focus on learning. Why are you focusing on learning? Because when you learn from a successful person, if you do what they did, if you think the way they thought, you too can get the same results. These are the people called the conscious competence. So if you are conscious and incompetent, if you keep coming to this training, if you keep associating with us, if you keep coming to our events, if you decide to become a part of it or you are already a part of it but you are thinking, should I be serious or not? Let me invite you that you are dealing with people who are very conscious of who they are. They may not know it all. No. We are learning this from one level to the other. However, they can teach what they know. These are called the conscious competence. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where you are. You can type for me the number where you are right now. I'm sure you're not number one. They're unconscious and incompetent. That's why you're here this morning. So are you at 2? Are you at 3? Or are you at 4? I've met several good leaders who are very successful and whose teams are struggling because they just don't know how to explain what worked. I've also met a good number of leaders who are aware of what is working and are teaching other people on what is working. That is why when you come to training, don't come alone. Come with others so that you are conscious, you are competent. Other people can also wake up and realize, I too can do this. So the mindset or the paradigm, sometimes these words are used interchangeably. I may use also interchangeably in this training. Well, paradigm is much bigger. It's more fundamental. It's a more deeply engraved worldview or framework of assumptions shaping on how a group of people thinks. You've heard people who say, that's an Zambian. That's an African. Meaning there's a paradigm that shaped who an African person is. That's an Christian. There's a paradigm that shaped how Christians think. Mindset, however, is more individual. Mindset is like, how does Dinah's attitude is? What does Dinah believe in? What thoughts run through Dinah's mind? Are we together? What are my daily actions and decisions and behaviors? That is more of my mind. That is why you may not change the big paradigm there that the whole group is thinking, but you can decide to change your mindset. Are we together? So mindset is more individual, specific, and paradigms are more of the wider group of thoughts and consciousness and beliefs. And that is why, again, we're back to that scripture. Our war is not against the flesh. Our war is against what? Principalities in higher places. So our war is against these paradigms. Are we together? Now, what is a paradigm and how does it form? And what is the impact that paradigms have on you and your business and your economic life? Well, let me tell you this. The paradigms are mental programs. They are almost exclusively running your life right now. Almost every behavior, every habit you're running through now, guess what? Is being governed by your paradigm. How you get out of your bed every morning, how you tiptoe through life. You are scared of making mistakes. But let me tell you this. Right now, no one gets out of this life alive. Even if you're going to heaven, you have to die at least. Are we together? So now let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful morning, I am too a work in progress, but I'm very aware of the paradigms around me that have been shaping how I've been thinking. And for me to have different results, I have to begin to alter some things in there. And so I'd like to invite you to this training, a training where you begin to address things that are right there in you, around you, and you're wondering, so you've been keeping me stuck. Are we together? Addressing that elephant in the room that has been forming you. How were you formed? Not your physical body. We know your physical body was formed inside your mama's womb. Are we together? The combination of a contribution of cells from your father, cell from your mom, begin to multiply in there. I'm talking about this who you are right now, the intangible you, but yet you are there. Are we together? From the time you were born, you were exposed into an environment. Did you choose your mom? No. Did you choose your father? No, you did not choose. So your parents, your family, your community, your school, your culture, all of these are inherited. They have been put into you. Now, not everything is bad. That's why we're here and alive. Somebody had to stand up for us. Somebody had to protect us. But in the same way, our subconscious mind was so open to suggestions. We're taking suggestions literal. They tell us you're short, so you grow up knowing you're short. They tell us you're too dark, you grow up knowing you're too dark. They tell us money is hard to get, we grow up knowing that money is hard to get. They tell us the rich people are evil, you grow up thinking all the rich people are evil. So now you're scared of getting rich because you were programmed to get scared of the rich people. So you form your self-image around this you who people have molded. Your parents, your church, your neighbors, your friends, the music you were listening to, the books that were read for you from a very early age. By the time you're age 7, 8, 9, 10, your initial paradigm is already formed. Are we together? It's already formed. So paradigm development and resistance. So from a baby, you grow up, you're becoming this particular person. When you go to school, they're just telling, what are these eyes? What do these eyes to see? Are we together? What is a skin? I can feel. What is a mouth? I can eat. I can taste. Okay, that's very good. But do schools teach our children how to use perception? Do schools teach our children how to use the will? No. Do they allow them to imagine? Not really. How about memory? Are they taught how to use intuition? We don't even need to talk about our children. Let's talk about us. Was there a class from grade 1 to grade 2 where you were taught how to reason? How to use your intuition? How to have judgment beyond what the teacher is teaching you? So as school begins, they don't even teach the higher faculties of the mind or how to use them. So a baby is taught to live by their senses. They are not taught how to use a fully developed higher faculties of their mind. And because this is not taught, it creates a problem in the future. So now we are having trouble getting wealthy. We are having blaming our uplines and our mentors and the company and the environment around us because guess what? Because that's what we were taught to do, to look around us and decide who we really are. Now, since the mind is an activity, not a thing, no one has ever seen the mind. However, we can still influence it. So the doctor treats the body, treats the fruits, like, oh, I have a wound, so they put medicine on your wound, on your sore. Okay, that's very interesting. But what really caused it? If it's dangerous driving, then you have to avoid dangerous driving. So you are treating diabetes, but not what caused diabetes. Are we together? So right here in this class that we're in this morning, I can't change you. Your friend can't change you, but do you know who can change the root cause? You. You can decide to say, you know what, Dinah, I'm letting this mind open up this morning. I'm letting it so open and receptive such that whatever you are saying can be a good suggestion to get in there and to begin to work on what the problem is. Now, why is this very important for you to understand? I think I'm even repeating this. Or because the school system doesn't teach you that. And this school system here, the personal development school system, we are focusing on it because we are in trouble. We need this trouble solved. So now we need to begin to look at money and lifestyle, the homes we live in, the relationships we have, the results that we have right now are a result of your state of consciousness, are a result of your mind. If you don't like it, it's not a world you should change. You should change your world inside you. How much have you earned this year, the highest income? How much did you earn last year, your highest income? Do you like it? If you don't like it, well, it's not a job you need to fire. Before you fire that job or before you change that business, let's address the elephant in the room, who is you. So this is your mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind, and your body is just a tool. You have your dreams and goals. Those are very much conscious, right? The home you want to live in, the car you want to drive, those things you want to do for your parents, your community, your church. You want to travel to certain destinations. That's very, very good. However, if the paradigm that has been deep inside your self-image in your subconscious mind there does not align with those goals and dreams, my dear, you keep screaming, amen, I receive, this is my year of change, no results are going to come. You're going to have the same results over and over. So, what should I do? Well, that's what we're going to discuss here this morning. For us to develop a new mindset and have new results, we have to do certain things. And this means changing the very root cause of our troubles in money side, in development side, in confidence side. The very beginning of it is understanding how the faculties of the mind work. Here's a list of the higher faculties that you need to be very aware of in your conscious mind. There's perception. Perception meaning how you look at things, okay? There's a will. That power you have to decide what to do, to choose this or that. If you're willing to take action. Willing, why do we use that? A will. Even when, before you die, they say, write a will. Are we together? A choice on how your estate should be divided. Your imagination, those images you formed. Imaging, imagination, one of the higher faculties of the mind that can lead you to your success. A memory. What do you remember? Do you only remember the bad side of life or the good side of life? How about your intuition? How do you use it? How about reason? Do you use reason to keep yourself hostage? Or do you use reason to reason beyond the box that you have put yourself in since you were born? How about thoughts? How can you focus on one thought at a time? So again, if you want a new result, you need to change your paradigm. Good news, you and I can change our paradigms. We are not trees, we can change. So no one can change you. Your upline can't change you. Your company can't change you. I cannot change you. Problems can't even change you. That's why you see people go through problems every time. The same problem that inspire others to change, get other people stuck. Not even an opportunity like the AIM Global AGG opportunity can change you. But do you know who can change you, leader? You can change you by changing your paradigm. How do paradigms change? Back to where we started from. Identify where you are right now. Where are you? What do you think is keeping you stuck? What beliefs have been making you go around in circles? And where do you want to go? Meaning, if I'm stuck because I'm thinking, oh, women should not make a lot of money, now I need to change that for me to go to where I'm a woman who can make a lot of money. Are we together? Oh, women, inheritance comes from the father. Okay, all those funny beliefs are what is keeping a lot of people stuck. Oh, I was taught clean money is hard work. Now this does not look like hard work. Maybe that is the kind of paradigm you need to change. Are we together? Now, let's take a look at this. Romans 12 verse 12 says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So meaning, hey, my dear fellow Christians that are here, I know we're like, okay, these things that this girl is teaching, let me tell you something. Conformity is what has made a lot of people broke. What is conformity, Dinah? Being like everyone else. Life is hard. So you're also echoing the same song. Life is hard. The economy is hard. You're also saying the economy is hard. It's hard to get money. You are repeating the same fear suggestions over and over and over. Yet in the same Bible, we've been taught more than 360 times. Do not be afraid. And right here it says, do not be conformed to this world. The world is not the earth. The earth is a planet. The world is the paradigm that is running other people's consciousness, but renew your mind. How do you reprogram your mind? Well, here is a shorter version, and then we're going to look at these one by one. Are we together? Have a new vision for your life. Break it down into goals. That is why here we teach goal setting. How do you set your goals? Where do you move from here to there? The action plan, all of that. This training is one of the ways in which we also help to be able to begin to change our mindset. Are we together? Plan your day up ahead before you go to bed. I planned this day. I planned this training last night. Meaning I'm a step ahead on what I'm supposed to do for me to be able to reprogram my mind. So I wake up in the morning, my mind knew 8 hours you have to be on the meeting. Okay? Practice gratitude. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for who I am right now. I'm very grateful for this opportunity, an opportunity to talk to you. Wow, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for what I've earned and what I'm earning. I'm grateful for each one of my leaders. Practice gratitude. Visualize every night and every morning. Feel yourself successful. Learn new information. You see, when you learn something new pathways in your brain are created. And new line of neurons begin to fire and wire together. And if you repeat it over and over, that becomes a strong path. Listen to audios when you're going to bed. What are you listening to in the morning? You're listening to news. What is in the news? Mostly negative stuff. Do affirmation, have a vision board. Train yourself to feel as if you already have what the goals that you have set and your dreams. So again, this is a shorter version. Now let's look at these one by one. Number one, learning. How do you use the higher faculties of your mind, of your conscious mind? Like thinking and reasoning and perception and all of these. Well, here the subconscious mind can focus on one thing at a time. If it can focus and choose on what to focus on, meaning you can choose what to learn. You can stop finding things like this to be boring. You can start finding things as if to be something that is building you. So if thinking is important, which part of thinking is important? You can choose what to listen to and what not to listen to. You can tune out when people are discouraging you from being successful. And you can tune in when people are encouraging you that you can do it. So even if you're on social media, you can choose to ignore what you see there. Even if you're on radio, you can choose to switch it off. If you're in a public place, put headsets. Listen to something that will help you not be in the fear consciousness. When a family member tells you you can't do it, a friend tells you you can't do it, you can choose whether they're even worth the friend to keep. Or you can limit your association with them. Meaning, they can tell you things, but they're not in charge of what you're thinking. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. That is a statement by Bob Proctor. So again, number one, thinking. What you think often, consistently, you become. Okay? You have the will, that will to choose what to focus on. That is number one. Congratulations, plants can't do that. Animals can't do that. You and I can do that. We're not trees. Number two, change your paradigm through changing your perception. Again, perception is how you look at life, right? So look at this. When Daya says, when you change the way you look at something, what you look at changes. Oh, wow. What do you mean? Well, look at when I'm a mom, right? My child is sleeping and crying. By the kind of cry, I can know what that is. It's hunger, it's irritation, it's a wet diaper, or it's danger. Can you imagine? It's the same stimuli. We respond to it differently. Look at Komboka. Yesterday was Komboka back home in the Western province in Mongu. That is a flood. Did you see those floods? Do you hear reports from Mongu that no, people have been flooded this year now, so have died? I mean, it's expected. It's in our paradigm that the flood brings the wealth, the flood brings the fertilizing of the land, the flood brings celebration. But if that flood happens in Lusaka, you think it's the same thing? It's different. Here it's a disaster. Back there it's a celebration. So is this water different? No, it's the same water coming from the rain or wherever it is coming from, it's water. So it's your perception over a stimuli. If your wife is nagging, you can take it as a problem or you can take it as someone who is reminding you on how you need to work hard and provide for her and the family. Are we together? If you keep having no money, you can hate it or you can say this is a reminder on how much I need to make more money. Again, when you change the way you look at something, what you look at changes. We have big money in AIM Global, but that big money will not come to you like, hey, Dinah, I'm big money, get me. When you begin to change how this opportunity affects you, the money will come to you. Are we together? Perception. That is number two. Change your perception. Number three, learning. Learning. I don't know how I should say this, but let me say this again. I'm also learning with you this morning. I'm not just teaching, I'm learning too. Why, Dinah? Are you doing this? Well, because look, when you learn something, when you study something, you do it over and over and over. Just like I learned to be limited over and over and over, I'm learning to be unlimited over and over and over. So you're not just going to make it by saying, okay, Dinah, you said imagination. Let me just imagine myself successful. That's very good. When you're done imagining, when you're done praying, when you're done believing, hey, learn. Then I don't know how to find people. Learn. I don't know where to find people. Learn. Someone has done it before. Then I don't know how do I explain to people. Learn. Then I really think I can't do it. Maybe learn how you can believe in yourself. Are we together? Learn. Learning can help you grow. There are different ways of learning. You can learn through this meeting. You can learn on your own, listening to an audio, reading a book. You can learn through being in a classroom. You can learn in different ways. Just ensure that every day learn something new and every day teach something new. Now, there are 3 areas I would like to recommend to you to learn. Okay. Number 1, mindset, like this morning training. Number 2, leadership. Number 3, skills. Dinah, what do you mean I learn these things? Well, these It's an intersection of these three that make you a very successful leader in our business. Mindset transformation books, teachers, and mentors. Go read on your own. Read The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Read the book As a Man Thinketh. Read the books like The Magic of Thinking Big, The Magic of Believing. Are we together? The Power of Positive Thinking. Read videos, watch videos done by Bob Proctor, for example. Now, there are many. I couldn't just list all of them there. Read books on network marketing. Books like GoPro, 7 Steps to Become a Network Marketing Professional. You're going to find the skills you need there. How to find people, how to invite people, how to follow up, how to. All of that is already existing, by the way. Read books like Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. Go and listen to the book on YouTube by Jim Rohn called Building Your Network Marketing Business. It's about 1 hour. Very good book on that. Attend trainings, the one we do here. Learn the skills, leader. Motivation alone can't get your business off the ground. Learn, and this is something you learn over and over and over. Then learn leadership, especially books by John Maxwell. He talks about leadership 101, the principles of leadership, this leadership, that leader. How do you run other people apart from just running you? Are we together? These three, all your learning should be here. I'm not saying go and read politics. In your own time, go read. I'm not saying go read romance. That's not my area of focus right now. Are we together? I'm not saying go and read farming. Well, if you're a farmer, please go ahead and read farming. I'm recommending in this area, you want to make money, leader, focus on your mind, focus on network marketing skills, and focus on leadership. 3 areas that the learning should be done in. Here's what happens. When you attend a lecture, you retain 5%. When you read a book, you retain 10%. When you listen to a video, audio, visual, 20%. When you demonstrate it, 30% your retention. If you discuss with a group, 50% retention. If you practice by doing, 75% retention. If you teach it to other people, darling, 90%. Now, you see why I love teaching. I love to teach even when I'm not ready, because I tell myself, Dinah, you are learning too. You're not just giving it to other people. You have to assimilate it. You have to become it before you give it. Are we together? So my dear leaders that are here, my challenge to you is don't just learn it, teach it. So this is called the learning pyramid. Ladies and gentlemen, your subconscious mind learns through repetition, not logic. Tell it who you are until it has no choice but to believe you are. I don't know how many times I've told myself I'm a global ambassador long before I became global ambassador. When I joined, my goal that I set was really just to become global ambassador. I did not set a goal to become silver, gold executive. Nah. My goal was to be millionaire second member and global ambassador. And it became a reality. Now I'm telling myself I'm a diamond, I'm a diamond. Someone says, but upline, you need first to become a ruby. I tell them, nah, I'm a diamond. You know? My subconscious mind is now believing it, by the way. Sometimes I even forget when I go to say, I'm like, oh, so I'm still a global ambassador on paper anyway. But in my mind, I'm already diamond global ambassador. We're together. So when you learn something over and over, your subconscious, remember repetition? It becomes a habit. It begins to believe it there. You follow it over and over. Go like, the same follow again. Hey, Dinah also. The same follow. Even today, she's diamond. Even yesterday, did you realize? Okay. I think this man or this woman is true. Whatever she says she is, she becomes. Are we together? Your old paradigm was repeated in your mind by repetition. So for you to uninstall it, you have to install a new program over and over and over and over and over. So whatever you plant in your subconscious mind and you now reach with the repetition, it becomes your reality. So sometimes because you are not successful because you just believed once and then somehow you went outside and go like, but you said if I believe this mountain will move, will move. No, but if you really believed, you're not even going to check if it's there. Are we together? So repeat over and over and over. Number 4, vivid imagination. I love this one with all my heart. Are we together? Imagination is imaging, creating an image that has sound, that has color, that has texture, that has emotions, creating that image of your success right there in your mind. Can you imagine? This is very subjective. It's not objective. Your imagination does not need to be my imagination. So in order to make it more impressionable, include feelings and senses in your imagination. Now let me show you an example. I'll show you an example down here about vivid imagination from the Bible. But did you know your brain can learn and grow from events that it never experienced? Meaning your imagination is far more powerful than you can possibly believe. That is why if you're watching war movies, or you're watching Iran and the Strait of Hormuz or whatever that, you live in a state of fear consciousness that there's World War III coming, yet you live in Zambia where there's no war. Because that's what you're feeding yourself over and over. Did you know that even a successful event that has never happened, if you keep seeing it in your mind, you begin to believe that it has happened? Let me take you to this example. This is in your scripture. That man you see there, the illustration, of course, is Isaac. Isaac had 2 sons. The wife is called Rebecca. But in here, there's a symbolic explanation to their story. So Isaac was growing old. He became blind. And then Rebecca, the wife was still there. They are twin sons. The firstborn is Esau. The younger one is Jacob. Now, Isaac called Jacob and said, hey, called Esau, the firstborn son. I'm growing old. I want to give you your blessings. You go find me an animal, cook it, and then bring it back to me, and I'll be able to bless you. So the guy goes to hunt. Then this other guy, who is always around the homestead, listening to the mother says, I heard your father wants to bless your brother. You know what you do? Get one of these animals that we already domesticated here, cook it, and bring it to your father. And then bring the blood. And so the mother gets that blood, smears it on the body of this guy, and gets the fur from the animal they slaughtered and puts in the neck and the hands. Why did they do that? Now, this is an imagination illustration. Are we together? And so he goes to his father and says, here, father, I've brought the food. And he says, are you my very own son, Esau? Says, yes, father, please eat and bless me. And so he says, hey, but your voice sounds like you are Jacob. Are you Esau? Says, yes, I am. And so he says, move closer, my son, so that I can feel you. Other translations say, move closer, my son, so that I can touch you. And so he's touched by the father, and the father really feels like, okay, you actually feel like Esau, though you sound like Jacob. Did the father stop the blessings? No. He blessed him. He gave him the firstborn rights. It is this that gave birth to all these, even the line for the Messiah and all of that, and the 12 sons, which became the 12 tribes of Israel and all that. Even the blessing for the angel and all that, they just followed this blessing from the father that started from here. Now listen, my dear leader. Here's the thing. This story has happened, but there's a reason why some stories were not written, but some stories are written in the Bible. What is the meaning behind this? This guy arrives late and complains on how he's late. Well, the mother represents your subconscious mind. You can't lie to you. The part of you can't lie to is the subconscious mind. It's always watching. The mother knows among the children who listens and who doesn't listen. And so the mother felt, this man wants to bless Esau, but I'd rather he blesses Jacob. Are we together? And so when you imagine, even if you were not born in a rich family, you're not a big leader, you don't have a team, I want you to imagine your team. I want you to see your leaders. I want you to see that room filled with multi-millionaires because of you. I want you to hear the sound when you walk on that stage for your recognition. I want you to feel that car you drive, the home you live in, that happy family around you that is resourceful. It should be felt, seen. Even if that voice sometimes tells you, are you really Esau? You know the doubts that comes in? You know what you do? Yes, I am. I am a diamond. Are you sure, Dinah? I am a diamond. Are we together? So your imagination, you can even play some music, by the way, when you are imagining in that 10-15 minutes. Feel you have already arrived. You don't have to live through that feeling the whole day. But you need to take yourself there at least twice a day. That imagination, leaders, can lead you to success faster. Isaac did not recognize him because his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau, so he blessed him. You too can get your blessing just by ensuring that your imagination is a proper imagination, not imagining problems, not every time you're imagining trouble. Are we together? So Isaac said to Jacob, please come closer, my son, so that I may touch you, my son. Are you really my own son? And then he says, yes, I am. Let's go to number 5. Applied faith. Applied faith is action, leaders. Dinah, what do you mean action? We say we'll recommend some people, but you're wondering if they will join. You're wondering if you will offend them. What's going on? Fear. You are scared of calling people. If you have faith, this business is going to work for you. Do not be afraid. Make that phone call anyway. Make that invitation anyway. Do that follow-up anyway. I believe in each one of my leaders on this meeting, even those that have not logged into this meeting. You know what? Because I believe faith is not stagnant. For the body, For as the body without the spirit is dead, for faith without works is also dead. So you want to become successful? Don't just sit and imagine it. After imagination, make that phone call, go to that meeting, deposit that money, get started in the business. Create a mental attitude of taking action out of faith. Know what you want, a clear sign, and a go. Get one. Be grateful for it, but hey, make that phone call even if you are ready, not ready. That reluctance you are feeling, I'll do it after lunch. Maybe I'm hungry. I'll do it after dinner. Now, I think now people are sleeping. Leader, fear, kick it out. Kick it out. That leap of faith, that action you take is actually a belief that, hey, this could be it. This could be my next multi-millionaire leader. Are we together? Action. Call reluctance reflect your lack of faith. Make the call anyway. Send the text anyway. Show the up at the seminar anyway. Follow up your prospect. Write your goal for 2026, even if you messed up in 2025. Keep your enthusiasm burning. Call your leaders anyway. I still call my leaders every morning, by the way. Even if they know they're supposed to be here, I still call them because I know something has to be done over and over, and eventually they become self-driven. Are we together? Recruit new people anyway. Even if the one you recruited the other day is no longer doing anything. Faith without action, faith without work is dead. So action is faith in motion. Number 6, the power of the spoken word. We are nearing the end of our training. So in case you're like, but she says up to 9 hours. Don't worry. Here now we are even winding up what we're supposed to do. Are we together? So your spoken word. Most of you, when you greet me, you say, Dinah, good morning. I say, good morning. How are you? I'm grateful. I'm happy and grateful. You know what? Because I know my voice. I hear my voice. And so I say I'm happy and grateful, not only to please you really, it's to tell me I'm happy and grateful. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. It doesn't matter what is lacking. So your daily language, your affirmations, your doubts, your goals, your responses, your greetings, your prayers, your music, every word you speak, leader. Hebrews 6:7 says you reap what you sow. Every word is a seed. My will not return to me void. What is your will? Your will is your word. The words you're saying. If God's words cannot go to him void, and you are created in God's image, leader, you are more powerful than you think. That greeting, that poverty keep affirming, or is here to stay? Because your words are very powerful. For life and death is in the power of your own tongue. That tongue you have is very powerful. You can prophesy yourself to poverty, or you can prophesy yourself to success. Affirmations are words. Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. Was the guy the firstborn? No. The guy was called Jacob. But guess what? Affirmations, he affirmed himself to be Esau. I have done as you told me. Pray, sit up and eat my game, and you may give me the innermost blessings. My dear, we are claiming to God even what does not seem like is in our lineage or in our families right now. Your words must always confess who you are and want to become in the present tense. Not, I will become successful. When will that be? I am successful right now. Dinner, but your environment doesn't show. All right. The environment shows the dinner from yesterday, not the dinner of today. Are we together? I am successful. So he asked him again, are you really my own son Esau? He replied, I am. Affirmations, how do you use them? Turn your goals into affirmations. Are we together? Don't just do the ones you find in the Bible. Of course, you can start from there. However, write your own affirmations, your own statement in present tense. You can turn the new statements into new beliefs, and you say them over and over and over. Pick scripture quotations, for example. You can start from there. Record them as affirmations, or turn your goals into affirmations. For example, goodness and mercy shall follow me all days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. My business is exploding because I talk to everyone I meet about my business, and everyone I talk to get started. Let me tell you, even if 100 of them I talk to have not gotten started, I still say that over and over. Until one day people just call me, hi Dinah, this is Mr. So-and-so, this is Madam, I want to join your team. Oh, you are welcome. They join, they say, you are so lucky. No, I've been saying this over and over and over. I attracted it. No weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. Hey, now be careful with that statement. Sometimes it's your own tongue that rises against you in judgment. And when it's condemned, you go like, why are bad things happening to me? Well, they said every tongue that rises against you in judgment. So may you not be the weapon fashioned against yourself. I love Matthew 7, verse 7 to 8. Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone who asketh receiveth. Actually, there's part of the scripture that says that you receive, you have not because you ask not. Are we together? Most of us here, we don't have because we don't know how to write those goals and work on them. Not because God is limited. He's not limited. Sometimes we embarrass our own creator by our own belief and our own limitations. So create personalized affirmations from your goals. You want to earn $1 million? You want to earn $1 million kwacha, 100,000 kwacha? Good. Turn your fears into actions. If you've always been scared of wealth, tell yourself, I love people, I use money. I earn $1 million every month from my business. Are we together? You say it over and over and open and receptive to ideas, people and places who help me achieve my goal. I'm open and receptive to ideas, people and places, resources. One of my affirmations on my board right now, I'm looking at it, says 1,000 sharp and productive people call me to join my team, and I'm their direct upline and I'm direct sponsor. So when people call me and say, Dinah, I want to join your team, yeah, they thought they want to do it, but guess what? I also attracted that. I'm the best learner, I'm the best leader. I'm a millionaire maker, I'm a millionaire mentor. You can say that unto yourself. In the beginning to look like gibberish, to look like, oh, what are you saying? Guess what? You can turn your goals into affirmations, dear leaders. And as you do that, you turn into a pleasing personality. A pleasing personality is one with a positive mental attitude. One with a positive mental attitude attracts people that are in that same space. People can pick up through telepathy. If I'm happy, if you're happy, we align. If I'm sad, guess who I attract? Sad people. If I'm doubting my business, guess who I attract? People who bring those doubts into fruition. They come and tell you, are you sure I will not lose my money? Because you're thinking, hey, what if I don't make it? Are we together? So all people in higher brackets of success have the ability of mental flexibility. Be flexible, leader. Be open. Be open-minded. Let go of those beliefs that are keeping you stuck. Ask, believe, and receive. Believe everything is Mark 9 verse 23 says everything is possible for him who believes. If you believe you can do it, you can. If you believe you can't, unfortunately, you will not. Are we together? Now, who should you believe in? A number of people you need to believe in. Of course, believe in God. That's number one. Believe he created you here not to suffer. Number two, believe in your upline. Your upline means well. If your upline is not in the business, hey, look for an upline who is working. Your upline has an upline who has an upline. Are we together? I mean well. My upline mean well. My leaders here mean well for you to even invite you on this morning training. So believe in your upline. They mean well. When they say, leader, move into training. Leader, we have an event. Let's believe in them. They have seen a part of success you are yet to see. Believe in your upline, leader. Believe in your downline. Your success line. I love to call them my success lines. I believe in each one of my leaders. I believe in you. But you know who you need to believe in? Go into that mirror and see that man and that woman. At one point, you were this single successful sperm out of the millions that were released that day. You are the winner. Can you type for me in the chat box that I'm the winner, please? Believe in yourself. You think you are small and useless? No. Don't be depressed. You are already successful. That's why you are here. Other people died under 5. You are not under 5 anymore. You are on this meeting because you are above 5 years old. Are we together? You survived. You are a winner. You are a leader from the very beginning of time up to now. When you look into that mirror, I want you to look at yourself successful. When you look into that mirror, I want you to look at yourself as that lion you are, not a kitten that you think you are. Don't see the person who has not yet gotten started. See the leader you are. Don't see the person with 3 accounts with no one on the left and right. I want you to see that leader with 81 accounts in that mirror, the diamond you are. I want you to see the millions you have earned when you stand on that stage. Let me tell you, when I stand on the stage, I own it because I don't see the Dinah you see. I see that leader. I see the diamond with diamonds. Are we together? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself before we believe in you. Believe in the products. When you swallow that capsule, know that it's going to flush out the dirt out of your body. Know that it's going to do the repair that it is supposed to do. Are we together? Don't go like, are you sure applying this capsule will actually help? Believe in the products. Are we together? What are the next steps in developing great winning attitude? Set your SMART goal. Turn your goals into affirmation. Be the best student of your own mind. Be the best student of your own business. Be your best student of your own leadership. Test your own leadership. Set an alarm and wake up. Tell yourself, I'm going to show up for training every morning. Practice faith in action, meaning take action, leader. Faith in action is make the phone calls. Present even if you are not ready. Show up at the meeting. Even if there are only 2 people out of 100 you invited, show up. Practice vivid affirmations, vivid imagination. Mindset transformation on MLM. Now, let's get, as we are winding up this training, I want us to get very practical. What do we do in network marketing? We sell products by word of mouth advertising, 1. Number 2, we recruit people. What do you mean we recruit people? Well, when you join and encourage other people to join and buy packages, they become consumers, others they become retailers, others they become business builders. Number 3, we duplicate. I'm here this morning because I am duplicating into other people. I'm training my team on mindset, on skills, on leadership in network marketing. So this is part of faith in action. This is part of my mindset transformation. Leaders, we lead others. From knowing and not knowing, from starting alone to building a successful organization. We identify leaders and we support them to build leaders to financial freedom and time freedom. This is what we do. 4 things. Sell products, recruit others, train our people and duplicate, and lead others. Now, whether you are selling or you are just recruiting or you are duplicating, the thing is, you need to believe that this formula is also going to work for you. Have an open mindset on the MLM. MLM is multi-level marketing. That you are creating a leveraging system right here. That you are empowering other people beyond money. You see that 1,000 kwacha I earn when you join with the Neoverse? It's not enough to make me financially free. But I earn it. I'm grateful for it. But it's you. I want you to earn your money. I want you to earn that 500,000. I want you to earn that million kwacha. Because by the time you're earning your million, the company also compensates me for that. So it's a win-win. You are not robbing other people. No, you are building other people. It's not other people you need to convince. You have to convince you. Then how do I convince other people? First of all, have you convinced you that this business will work for you? Are we together? That you graduate in different quadrants. Maybe you had a fixed mindset. Open up your mind and have a growth mindset. There are different stages of consciousness, limited consciousness, and abundance consciousness. So if you are limited, or you feel you are less than the other people, you feel you are not enough, and you think people run out, when people run out by the time I join and become serious, well, they've never run out really. Even Noah's flood could not wipe everyone out. There were still survivors in that ark. Are we together? My daughter was 4 or 5 years when I joined. Now she's 12. Tomorrow she'll be the one standing on stage. So people never run out. If you have a limited consciousness, you feel anxious, anxiety to call people. What if they ask me questions? What if? Leader, free yourself from that mental slavery. Stop comparing yourself to other people by competing. When I see another leader happening, I tell myself, if they can do it, I can do it too. Here's what I would like to invite you to be. The abundance consciousness. Leader, I want you to be confident in yourself. I want you to be confident in your dreams, confident in every action. When the results come, you reap with a smile. I would like you to be open to learning. That you can also help other people to grow. That you can act. I would like you to practice what you teach. Leader, practice what you teach. You're telling people, hey, Upline, the problem is prospects have a limited mindset. No, sweetheart, you have a limited mindset. Because if you have a limited mindset, you see it in other people. Learn without putting others down, leader. You know why I invite everyone to training? Whether I'm the trainer, I'm not the trainer. I want us to learn together. I don't want to be the gatekeeper to information. No, this is only for leaders. You can't come here. No, apply now. I want to make it, but that one has invited my prospect. Good. Let the prospect know why you are valuable more than that other person, or what they will get to you that they will not get to that other person. Stop competing and start creating. Where are you? This quadrant is not only people who are employed, it's not only people who are self-employed or business owners or investors. It's a state of consciousness. If you're looking for a job and you come here go like, oh, they told me I'll make money. It's been 3 months since I joined. I've not made any money. Because you're thinking like an employee. You think like people owe you a salary here. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. So work this business like your job. Don't just expect money to come. Work it like a job. A job can be part-time, can be full-time. What do you do every day? You go there. If you're a nurse, you have to do the rounds and you have to check on your patients. You have to, if you're a midwife, you have to help people give birth. And are we together? We have phone calls we make every day. We have follow-ups we have to make every day. We have events to attend. You have to be in training. Good. However, you are creating a business owner marketing group. If you're self-employed, you'll be frustrated. I sold product today. I'm not selling any product. What's going on with me? You're exchanging your time for money. It's a mindset. Your money you are earning is as a result of your mindset. I would like to invite you to business owners. Business owners build a team. They build systems. This training is part of the system. The presentations are part of the system. Wednesday, we're at the head office. Don't avoid being there. If you're out of Lusaka, invite to that seminar. It's part of the system that will help you build a business owner empire. And when you have a big team and you have big leaders who are also financially independent, money comes in and you can invest in anything you want to invest into. That real estate you see Mr. Duncan having, that man is operating from a totally different level of mindset or consciousness than you. Not because his biology is different. He still eats the shima, he eats the fish and the everything. He still prays to the same God you pray to. What you need to do, what I need to do is to move. I've moved, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the business owner right now. I'm moving to investor. So again, know where you are, know where you are going. Are we together? Leverage. This business can help you leverage. Your 6,600 is not expensive to join leader. That's an investment, the lowest investment you ever find for the kind of results you're going to get here. That 6,600 will help you leverage other people's time, other people's money. While they're also investing in their time and in their money. This business will help you leverage. There are 3 stories that help you to illustrate leverage. One is a parable of the pipeline. The other one is the parable of the story of the spider and the lizard. The other one is a parable of the talents. I'll share the video of the parable of the pipeline on the group, so I'm not going to illustrate it here this morning in the training. It's a whole nice short video. I'll share it on the group. Now let me tell you about the spider and the lizard. They were neighbors. You know a spider, right? They build spider webs. Then the lizard wakes up in the morning, it goes to the sun, catches an insect, it eats. And it used to laugh at the spider. Why are you in the shade, busy, releasing that silk? And your friends are going to hunt. You will die of hunger. And the spider said, no, I'm just building a network. Guess what? When I build this net, the insects will come here. They'll be caught in here. I'll find enough food. Oh, please, let me go and catch today's catch. I have a family to feed. Guess what happened? One day, the lizard got sick. You think it had the energy to go hunt? It didn't have the energy to go hunt. It took the spider to donate 1 or 2 insects that were trapped on its web to give it to eat. What happened to the spider? The spider waved the net nicely. When an insect comes, that thing is sticky. It traps it, it wraps it up, preserves the juices inside. Even when it is sick, it just puts it puts a straw and enjoys the liquid that comes from there. Dinah, what happened? You are sick. Yes. But I'm busy doing what? I'm sick, but I have money coming in. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you build this business, you are like the spider. The spider looks stupid when it's building the net. The lizard are people who wake up, go to work, come back. They retire, now they look useless. They retire, they look like they don't know what they're doing. It's not because the spider is special, it's a state of consciousness. So I'd like you to change your mindset. If you are doing like a lizard carrying buckets like that guy in the parable of the pipeline, I'd like to invite you to hear why you are building a pipeline. I would like to invite you here where you're going to build a network. I would like to invite you here where you build other people, because other people are the best asset you can ever do than even your buildings. Are we together? Because other people are unlimited. Your buildings are limited. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to a consciousness, to a mindset that allows you to do more. Work on your attitude, the way you look at things, because your attitude determines your success more than what you're learning in class will ever do. This statement says it is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. If you face discouragement, no problem. We're going to look at this, I think, tomorrow. So tomorrow you log in and we pick it up from here. I'm almost done, but I would like to take my time and explain to you properly on discouragement, because you're going to face it. No matter how positive-minded you are, you're still going to have that voice in your ear that says, are you sure? that little poison that seeps in into your imagination and into your mind. And so I'd like to invite you to tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we'll start from here. We'll do a quick recap of what we have covered today, but we start from discouragement, and then we go to action points on how do you notice discouragement, how do you notice people, who are your dream stealers around you, and how can you work yourself out when you get discouraged. You have joined, you had this fire, you explained to some people, and they're like, are you sure you are going to make it? Those things are not worthy, those things. Are we together? So we come tomorrow, we look at this. Otherwise, today I'm excited to share with you this training on mindset transformation, and I hope you found value. Now, let me know in the comments which part of this training spoke to you. Are we together? Which part of this training spoke to you? Let me know in the comments. Was it valuable for you to be here this morning? This is just a part of what we call the Mind School. And if you found this valuable, I'm very grateful. So let me see in the comments, did you find value in this morning training? Share with me in those comments right here.